Okay, Grandma and Grandpa, we're gonna start off individually, and then the last questions you guys can answer together, so you can just alternate. So the first questions are, where were you born and what year were you born?
1942, Cincinnati, Ohio.
1946, Cincinnati, Ohio. Good Samaritan Hospital.
And are you either of you named after any family members or anything, or where did your family names come from?
No, I'm not.
No.
And I'm really glad I have my name, because if I was a boy, I would have been called Emil. Ugh.
I'm glad you're a girl.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad it worked out that way.
How many siblings do you guys have?
3.
3? No, I have 1.
Yeah. Together
No.
or each one of us?
But each one of you.
Oh, together.
I got 1.
I've got 2.
So tell us about your siblings. Like, are you where in age are you, and what's their name?
I have a sister that's 5 years older than me,
What's her name?
Marlene.
I've got a sister that's 3 years younger than me, but for years she thought she was older than, I know that your father thought she was older than me. And then I have a brother who is 16 years younger than I am.
And what are their names?
Chris, mine is Chris and Sharon.
What was it like growing up for you? Like, what was your family life like, and being younger, what was it like?
Well, when I was growing up, my dad owned a delicatessen and a grocery store, and we used to have a great time going over there on Wednesdays. That's when he did his deliveries. We used to get to pack everything up and go to his deliveries with him. And I do not care for pork chops and steaks and all that kind of stuff, because that's all we had. Then I went to Catholic school. I went to grade school at Our Mother of Sorrows I can't think where it was. Anyway, okay, so then we moved, when I was 8, we moved to by Green Hills. And then I went to school at Our Lady of the Rosary. Then I went to high school. I went to Our Lady of Angels, which is not there anymore. It combined with Roger Bacon. So then I went to nursing school for a year, and then I worked for a doctor for 2 years, and then I stayed home and got married, and we had Lisa and David right away, and then Janet came quite a bit later.
We thought about it.
She was supposed to be a house.
What about you, Grandpa?
I don't know how far back you want to go.
Start at the beginning.
What I can remember,
Yeah.
basically, I contracted polio at the age of 2, and was a rare survivor of in those days called the iron lung, which helped you breathe. So I grew up with the results of a killed deltoid muscle in the left side and had limited use of my left arm.
I understand he was a stinker.
Yeah, just like any other kid, sick all the time. But they made it through Withrow High School for junior high and to sophomore, up to sophomore in high school, and then they transferred to Sycamore High School when I was a junior. My parents moved to Kenwood. I was on the high school golf team. I worked on the golf course. I practiced golf all the time. I practiced golf all the time. I practiced golf all the time.
His backyard went right into, what hole was it on the golf course?
I grew up when I was on the 8th hole with the golf course.
Yeah.
And I practiced golf all the time. Finally ran into this one, and when I was in college, I went to UC for 2 years. Met her on a blind date.
Yeah, it was really blind. I
Literally
didn't have my
blind.
glasses on.
And things took off from there.
What about like your siblings? Did you guys get along with your siblings growing up? Or
Oh.
what was that like?
No. I didn't get along with my sister that well at all. We had some interesting things. And then when she got older, I bought a car and she wrecked it. I mean, totaled the thing. And my brother, he's 16 years younger than I am, so I didn't live with him too much, but he was the ring bearer in our wedding. So my mom made him a white little shorts and a jacket, for the wedding. And in the morning, he got the worst bloody nose he had ever had in his life. Oh my gosh, there's blood all over the place. But we finally made that, huh?
Yeah, we lived through that.
Yeah, we lived through that.
What about you, Grandpa?
Well, one of the things I remember is our wedding day. We go to the wedding reception. Her and I open the door, and first thing we see is no cake. Where is the cake? They forgot the cake. So her mother calls the bakery. They rush over something called a cake. Threw some plastic leaves on top of it. And said, "Here you are." But as you cut the cake, it was full of sticks and to hold.
Oh, that was to hold the
hold it all together.
Yeah.
So, but we survived that.
Well, the irony of that was that, we had particular instructions on, they were going to do roses, the color of our wedding, all over it. It was going to be all icing roses all over. It should have been beautiful.
Should have been.
What was your favorite subject in school, and did you do well in school?
I was average. Enjoyed math. Took the university scholarship in Spanish. Took, I think it was 3rd place in the sectional, or high school sectional in Spanish.
Man, you remember anything?
No. Enjoyed math. But we had an unusual senior year for college prep students at the time. The 4th quarter was they had a math teacher that took all of us and reviewed all 4 years of math. So when you took your SATs or ACTs, you were ready to go on math, which really helped. But that was average course. had 140 in the class. I think I was 70, something like that, just average.
That's fair. Grandma?
My favorite classes were sciences. I loved biology and took biology 1 and took biology 2, and I liked chemistry. I did fairly well in that. And I was okay. I took French, 2 years of French. I was okay in that. I was an average student. Went to an all-girls school, all girls. And I think my graduating class was like, I think it was 80 in the class.
What was you and your friend's favorite thing to do for fun?
Oh, we used to go out dancing, to the, well, one of the places I was talking to your grandma about was the castle. It was called the Castle. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun doing that. And what else did we do? Oh, when I was growing up, I liked to be with the horses. We used to do that. They had, I could walk to Winton Woods Riding Stable, and I would go and I would just watch the horses, and one day my mom let me take a class. I got one class. I was so excited. But yeah, that was pretty much of a tomboy actually when I was growing up.
Grandpa?
I played a lot of golf with my buddies.
Did he go figure?
Weekends we spent at putt-putt golf. I think we were there 24 hours a day. But other than that, man, bowling. He used to bowl with one. He had a pretty good average. But that was about it. Didn't like girls. I would, till I met her. That ended. I never dated that many girls. Never went to a junior or senior prom.
You went to mine.
Well, went to her
Well,
prom.
kind of. We kind of
Yeah,
went
we
to my
went to the
prom.
dance, we'll put it that way. And we come out and couldn't find the car. Our car was stolen in the music hall.
Spent the rest of the evening in the police station.
Yeah, that was exciting.
And where'd you find it?
Police, we went behind music hall, there was a police station. And we reported it, and they got us a cab. They drove us to Fountain Square and got us a cab. And we got home, and I got Dad's car, took her home. Dad called me at her house. Police have your car. It's impounded. So, it didn't cost anything. They didn't do any damage to it.
Oh, Bryce would appreciate this. His prized possession, his golf clubs,
Oh, geez.
were in the trunk, and they didn't. He still had them. So
Never never stole anything but
No.
the car.
just took the car.
It's a little joyride.
Yeah.
What was your first job?
So I worked on the golf course. Why not? 7 years on the golf course. Learned to drive a stick shift on the golf course.
I was trying to think how old I was on my first job. I think I was 28.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was in this man had a collection agency, and I was like a secretary there. I learned business stuff all by myself. Because I was gonna, I'd trained for nursing school, so. Anyway. Oh, No, I take that back. My first job was I worked for a doctor.
Dr. Tinkle.
Trinkle. Dr. Trinkle. Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was my first job. I worked for a doctor.
What kind of doctor?
He was a family practice.
Did you ever get into any trouble?
Did you?
Yes.
Your lips are sealed.
Yes.
What about you, Grandma? Were you a troublemaker?
No. No, unfortunately, I was the good daughter. I never got into trouble much.
What was your favorite fashion trend from when you were younger?
Oh my gosh, my mother made me one of those felt skirts with a poodle on it. That was the big thing. My mom made my clothes a lot. And by the time I got to high school, I said, please, I would like to buy something. So I finally got to buy some clothes. But I had to wear, during high school, I had to wear uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
And we would they'd have to be a certain length. Okay, and as soon as we got out of school, they'd get rolled up. And they were like shorter.
Grandpa, you got any fashion trends you liked?
Not really. Just go with the flow. Everybody liked my plaid pants when I played golf. That was the big deal.
Grandpa was a pretty sharp dresser.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You were.
But it was nothing special. Just
Clean cut kind of thing.
Okay, so these ones you guys can answer together. So the first one, how did you meet and what year was it?
we met on a blind date.
What year was it? Well, let's see. We got married in '66, so it was 64. Yeah, it was the 64 because I graduated in '64.
Yeah.
So it was the. Was it the? Was it the? No, because no, we were together for. Were we together for Christmas?
I don't remember, but I think I had a hole-in-one. My first hole-in-one was on your birthday.
On my birthday, yeah.
But we hadn't met each other.
No, we hadn't.
And that was in '64.
Oh, was it?
So it had to be right after that.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about the blind date.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, you don't want that. You don't want that.
We had, my friend her name was Bernice, and his friend was named Tom. Okay, and they had gone together for a long time. So we went to a drive-in. And I didn't want to wear my glasses, and I was as blind as a bat. Oh my gosh, it was terrible. But I had already seen the movie, so I figured I'd be set.
Mm-hmm.
But we sat in the back seat laughing our heads off because they were making out in the front seat, Bernice and Tom, and the windows were so fogged up we couldn't see the movie. And that we laughed hysterically.
They were panting and the windows
Yeah,
were getting foggier
it
and
was
foggier.
funny. We laughed our heads off on that one.
Do you remember what movie it was?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
Do you? No,
No.
I don't either.
We don't.
Well, we didn't see it.
Do you
I think
remember?
we made the cartoon.
Yeah.
Do you remember who was president when you met?
64.
Was it Kennedy?
He was. Yes, he would have been elected in '64, I think.
Tell us about your proposal and your.
Oh no, no, we didn't. Well, maybe because didn't he die in '63? Yeah. Okay. Johnson, I guess. Johnson. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Tell us about the proposal and the wedding.
Well, you gotta get the picture that my grandma gave me her diamond ring.
No, it wasn't a ring. They were cufflinks, weren't they?
I got the ring. My sister.
Oh, that's right. You're right. It was a ring.
And it was for her engagement. So I took the ring, took it down to the jeweler, and had her engagement ring made. So we're at my parents' house in the back room watching TV. And the jeweler called, said the ring was ready. So I told her I'd be back in a few minutes. Drove from Montgomery to Kenwood, picked up the ring, drove back home, and showed it to my grandma and my mom and dad. She didn't even know I was gone. And
I was watching TV, but did I fall asleep?
must have. Because I came back, and we just sat there and held hands. And I said, "Want to get married?" She said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, maybe you better put this on."
What was your wedding like?
That was another interesting thing.
Oh, wedding was all right.
Yeah, it was an afternoon wedding, and well, the cake didn't show up, but where we got married was at St. Bartholomew Church, and at the time they were building a new church, so they had everything in the basement of the school, and the whole thing was kind of in the round. So my brother was ring bearer. My uncle did the mass, and the one thing that did happen was there was I didn't see it, but everybody else did. There was a bug that went across not the altar, but where the steps were, and my brother, they could all see my brother was following that bug all the way over. But otherwise, it turned out okay. Mm-hmm. Reception was nice. We went out and got pictures, and we were in the woods, and I had all these layers, and when I came back in, I had bugs all in between the layers of my dress. Crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, after the ceremony, they had to tell us to kiss each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You weren't, at that time, you weren't allowed to kiss in church. So we had to wait till you
We
got
went
out.
to the end, outside, and Al said, "Well, are you going to kiss her?"
Oh, how old were you when you had your first kid?
25.
I was 20. Almost 21.
And what do you remember about having my dad?
Who?
David.
Well, it was almost like second nature because they were so close.
Yeah.
I mean, like right now, Aunt Lisa and your dad are the same age. It was at Mercy Hospital in Mariemont, and it's not there anymore. He was born, it was pretty easy, wasn't it?
Yeah, he wasn't too bad.
He was what they considered at the time a smaller baby. He was 8 pounds 1 ounce.
For a boy, it was,
For a boy, that was small.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you met my mom?
No, it seems like she was always around,
she's
didn't
always
it?
there.
No, I honestly don't. She just always seemed like she was part of the family, and she was there. I mean, I don't know. I can't. Do you remember?
No,
Do you remember your first impression of her?
Oh, yeah, she was a sweetheart.
no, she wasn't too pain in the ass.
She said
No,
that one time she went over and Grandpa, I don't know if Grandpa yelled at her or he said something about she had to go home, and she was always so scared of Grandpa after that.
Oh, really?
Jeez, I don't.
Now that surprises me because I thought that she
I don't remember.
pretty much
telling
liked you really well.
I don't remember what you said to her, but you said it was one of the first times she'd come over and she was scared.
I bet it was because Grandpa has a weird sense of humor, so
Could be.
yeah. Yeah, but if he liked you, then he had a nickname for you.
Yeah,
For,
that's how she
and he's
got
always
Leroy.
he's always called her Leroy.
So, what is your advice to having a long, successful marriage?
Gee. Man, we love each other. We try to communicate with each other.
I think you need to respect each other very
Yeah.
much, and you know
And
what they go through.
try to do things together. It's a lot of times it's one way. It's gonna work out. A lot of times it's the other way. But you gotta take care of each other.
Oh, and always figure out what your priorities are, because some things are just not worth
Yeah, they're not worth the
getting
aggravation.
upset about. Figure out your priorities.
Yeah.
Alright. So,
Have a good time. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy each other.
so who has been your favorite president?
Kennedy was mine. I
Yeah.
loved him. I loved Kennedy.
I liked Ike.
Who?
Eisenhower.
Eisenhower? Was I born then?
Yeah. I think just because he was a big general. He was pretty nice.
He was, yeah, he was very impressive, but I don't remember him. I just remember him
You
in
don't
history.
hear a lot of the bull crap that you hear now.
Yeah.
And it's a different situation. The country was a lot different. The economy was different. The world was different.
Mhm.
So, which has a lot to do with the president.
Do you remember where you were when JFK died?
I was in history class.
Yeah.
In high school.
I was in class. UC. I'm pretty sure. But the following Saturday, when Ruby was killed, I witnessed it on TV. I remember that.
I think a lot of us did witness
Did
that.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't a rerun. We'll put it that way.
No, we actually, it was
Yeah.
live.
It was live. So. But,
Do you remember any of the wars having an effect on your life?
I don't remember, but World War II was no, I wasn't born then. My dad went off to war, and my mom worked in a like we talked about Rosie the Riveter, whatever those things were.
Yeah.
She worked in that
My dad
But
didn't.
that was before I was born.
My dad didn't go. I don't know for what reason. Maybe it was borderline.
I thought you said that he was involved with government work or something. In
Well,
construction, kind of like.
yeah, they worked for what they call the Wright brothers. It was sheet metal construction. So maybe it had something to do with that. I don't know. Don't remember.
What do you miss about the good old days?
Nothing.
They were exactly that. Good old days. They aren't today. There's too much stuff going on. Too many people getting shot. Too many kids getting shot.
Oh, well, yeah.
And the drugs. You can't turn around without something to do with drugs.
You used to be able to celebrate the holidays. I remember especially Halloween.
Yeah,
I mean, you thought nothing of going out, you know, to people's houses and they made cupcakes and they made cookies and everybody loved all that kind of stuff. You wouldn't think about that now.
Yeah, we used to,
I don't even think they go to houses now, do they?
we used to play on the streets in the subdivision 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, Lord, yeah, that was
And
fun.
you never thought anything about it.
I forgot about that. That was a lot of fun. We used to have great times in that.
So, what is your philosophy on life? If you have one, what would it be?
Enjoy yourself.
Be true to yourself. If you aren't happy, then no one's happy.
You gotta look out for number one.
Well, yeah, because
your
you have to be confident in yourself and you have to like yourself.
So, what is your biggest regret?
Well, mine's not finishing nursing school. Hands down.
I don't know. Probably I don't want to have a college degree, but I don't feel like it really has hindered me any, as far as my job. I don't know.
What's something you're most proud of? You're like,
Our children
Kids.
and grandchildren, especially our grandchildren.
The 3 kids that turned out to be great.
Pretty darn well. I don't know how they did it with us being parents, but it happened.
Proud of every one of them. Every
We
one of
sure
them.
are.
Every one of them have kids to be proud of.
Yep.
For a marriage that wasn't supposed to last 15 minutes,
Oh yeah,
we did all right.
we fought like crazy before. As soon as we got married, we really didn't fight that much. I mean, we had arguments.
We had
but
your arguments, but yeah, we actually broke up 2 or 3 times.
I gave him his ring back once. Yeah. For about, what, 5 seconds?
Yeah.
okay.
I was kind of a melodramatic person. I guess that's where Jenna gets hers, is from me. Jenna's not going to see this, is she?
No problem, sis. Okay, so last is your favorite things. So, your favorite color,
Blue,
Purple,
favorite food,
hamburger,
Mexican.
fried chicken.
your favorite song,
Oh, I have a bunch of them.
Yeah.
or singer, just if you can't think of just one.
Oh, now that one I had a change on from the last time. Bruno Mars. I like
Ah.
Bruno Mars.
We both like Neil Diamond,
Yeah, yeah. Shania Twain, you
Shania Twain.
like.
Favorite flower,
Oh,
Like roses.
I like hydrangeas.
Your favorite activity or thing to do?
Well, used to a lot of golf, but now priorities change a little bit. Used to like working in the yard. That priorities changed a little bit. Standing up is priority now.
My favorite thing to do would be probably to change the furniture in the house. I like decorating. I love doing that.
I used to love it when they take you to head fishing. We went out of high school for a couple of days. We'd go on a fishing trip.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Those were interesting. They would go. He and and Uncle Al would go with them too. And one time, he left his underwear at home.
Okay.
And then one time, you had all the meat that you would take and the steaks. He left that in the refrigerator. That's where your dad gets that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What's your favorite vacation or trip you've been on?
Oh, Hawaii, hands
Yeah,
down.
no problem.
Easy. Your favorite animal?
Dogs.
The puppies. Yeah.
Favorite athlete?
Now it's Tiger. I guess it depends on what was going on at the time.
You know who I like to watch? You're not gonna believe this, and I can't remember what team he's on. You know that last name's Brown. What's his name? He's got this incredible smile, in football. What the heck is his name?
I don't.
Antonio?
I think so. I think that's his name. He's got like an incredible smile. I mean, and he's really good too. Yeah, I like him.
Your favorite movie star?
Oh, who's ever playing James Bond? Sean Connery's probably been the best Bond.
I think Daniel Craig is pretty good, but he's not my favorite.
Again, the generations have changed.
I used to really like Will Smith, but he hasn't been doing much lately. I always thought everything he did was good.
Your favorite movie?
Mine's Pretty Woman. I love that movie.
Oh, the prison.
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption.
Redemption.
And I watched it the other night. A Few Good Men.
Oh my gosh, he watches that
Love
a
it.
lot.
And your favorite holiday?
Probably would have to be Christmas, I guess.
Yeah. Christmas or Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Whenever we can get the most people together.
That's all I got. Carson,
It was always nice that my mom and dad said the kids always come home for Christmas. You know, times have changed. They don't come home for Christmas.
Yeah.
It's all things you gotta take into
His
consideration.
mom was like, I really liked her. I respected her a lot.
Yeah.
And we used to have so much fun at Christmas going to Florida, Sarasota.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was like the best ever. We had good times then.
Whose mom was the one my dad was really close to?
His mom.
Your mom.
The one I think was the best.
My dad would have loved him.
Oh my gosh, I really liked your dad. He was kind of, what can I say? I mean,
He's a little troublemaker, but
he,
a good athlete.
no, I wouldn't say troublemaker. He was a really nice guy, but he is kind of, you had to understand, you know, how he was. He's quiet. He was a bit quiet, I thought.
you talking David or my dad?
Your dad.
When she's talking,
Oh, who were you talking about?
how my dad would have reflected on him, right?
Oh,
And
no.
Your dad loved David.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
He would have loved him to death.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. They used to toss balls and they used to toss them over there. They had a ranch house and they used to toss them
Over the house.
over the house. Yeah. Yeah, he was quite, well, he was quite a baseball
Yeah,
player,
Dad
wasn't
was
he?
professional baseball.
Yeah.
He,
Yeah, and he also, he was involved in making the big light fixture at, well, now defunct, but Beverly Hills, which is a big supper club. Yeah, he did that. He's involved in that. Oh, and also at Music Hall. No, it was Music Hall,
Music Hall.
not, no, I'm sorry. And not Beverly Hills, it was Music Hall downtown. Yeah, before I say something I shouldn't.
Cut it off.
Yeah, and get running off at the mouth.
Say, Cammy, you got any?
Did you turn it off?
Why did you guys name my dad David? I know his middle name is after Grandpa, but
I've always loved David, that name. Always loved that name. And like you said, the middle name is after Jerry.
It's a good name.
It was always my favorite name.
Guess I'm not arguing with you right now.
No?
Who was the best kid? Who was always the one who you could count on not to get in trouble?
Oh,
None of them.
yeah, no.
Your dad was the most interesting, I have to say. Jenna didn't get into trouble. She just had things happen to her all
Yeah.
the time. And she was such a drama queen that,
And the other two covered up for each other.
yeah.
They think we don't know what half the stuff they did, and we probably don't. So, don't want to know.
Your father would, I mean, sometimes he would get away with stuff, but sometimes he just, the law of averages just
Caught up.
didn't help him out at all. Remember that one time I don't remember what he did, but he was punished, and he was supposed to be in his room, and we went out and came back, and here he was walking down the one of the streets. Oh, and there was another time too that he, this was in high school. He and his best friend Kyle. You know, we were coming home and they were coming out. This was was it in the summer? No, it was in the
It was football season.
football season. And Kyle comes walking out of the house with a coat on.
Got his winter coat. About
Yeah,
90
it's
outside.
winter coat, and it's really hot out, you know, and I'm like, what the heck? Well, I found out they ripped off our Southern Comfort and took it. Well, unbeknownst to us, he called Lisa, and Lisa went and got him,
Yeah.
found him.
Lisa wasn't supposed to be there either. The chili place.
Oh, that's
But-
right.
She went there, and here's your brother, or her brother, laying on the side of the road, snookered.
You know what the worst thing was? I was so mad at him. He came home and, you know, well, first of all, for meanness, I put him in the shower, okay, and then he went to bed, and that kid got up and played the best soccer game he's ever played in his life, and I thought he was going to be so sick. you know, and headache and everything. I played the best game he ever played. Go figure, huh? Yeah, he used to. I mean, he wasn't bad. He was just ornery, just ornery. I told you. I think I've told you this in second grade. You know, the teacher. I went for his thing, and teacher said he should have been in. She recommended military school for him. In the second grade, I was crushed. He wasn't that bad.
The girl in the class gets a.
Oh, that one. That's my
Cookie for
standard
being-
story. That's my standard story. That has to be on video. Yeah, she goes to remedial reading and comes back with a cookie, and he goes up there and walks past her and just takes a bite out of it. Didn't take the cookie.
Just take.
No, didn't take the cookie. Just took a bite out of it. Got called from the teacher one day that he kicked his shoes up on the roof of the school.
It's your father.
Yeah. You know,
We could
What?
run this. We could run this all night.
yeah.
We should make another video.
Yeah.
David's stories.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Well, that's all I got.
Okay, over and out.
All right.
Love y'all.
Yeah.